Hey, yo everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing another figure review, and that will be of the new Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Donatello. Now, if you did not see my Leonardo review, which is the previous video, I believe, let me give you a bit of a recap of what these figures are about. Basically, Nickelodeon is releasing a new television show based off Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the figures are representing of the art style that is being used in the TV show. Now, the thing that is drawing me the most to these figures themselves is the fact that not only do they look good, but they also look very similar to the comic book version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is my favorite incarnation, the new current comic book going on right now. So, what I'm going to basically do is I'll talk a bit about Donatello, then we'll jump right into the figure itself. Donatello is the second oldest of the Turtle brothers, second only to Leonardo, who is the oldest. Now, if I could describe Donatello in one word, it would be genius. Donatello is smart, really smart, like super smart. Donatello is an inventor, a creator, a tinkerer. He does hypotheses and theories, great with math and science. Donatello is just a genius. Plain, flat, and simple. And that is one of his greatest strengths. But it can be also one of his greatest weaknesses because, see, despite how smart he is and how good he is at inventing things and tinkering around and creating scientific hypotheses, Donatello's easily distracted by that stuff. He's like curiosity killed the cat. Donatello is so eager to do stuff that has to deal with science or to discover new things that it can often get him in trouble or put him and his brothers at danger. Putting all this aside, though, many of the turtles' various different plans that they had throughout the years are thanks to Donatello. Donatello's inventions or being able to figure things out from the enemy has really helped out the turtle team, and you can say that he is one of the most essential members of the team. But like I said, again, if Leonardo is wisdom, Donatello is plain flat intellect. Now, when it comes down to combat itself, if Leonardo is skilled, the most skilled of the bunch, if Raphael is the strongest, and if Michelangelo is the fastest, tends to be the toughest. He can take a hit better than anyone else. What's interesting about Donatello is he's also one of the most passive of the turtles. I wouldn't call him a pacifist, but he's not quite as violent as the other ones. He tries to avoid fights more than, say, Raphael or even Leonardo does. And the weapons that he used, mainly his bow staff, are blunt weapons. They're not meant for killing, they're meant for defense or to disarm. And that's kind of Donatello's thing. He doesn't really care for fighting. It's not to say he isn't good at it. One could argue that he is the second most skilled of the turtles, second only to Leonardo. Especially seeing he's so intelligent, he can pick up fighting better than anyone else. But the thing is he just doesn't care for it. He cares more about science. He cares more about studying and discovering stuff and learning about things. That's Donatello's MO. But yeah, when it comes down to fighting, Donatello is, more of a defensive fighter. He is bit more passive than the other ones, and he can take more of a hit than the other ones. And like I said, um, his weapon of choice is the bow staff. He has about a 6-foot bow staff that he uses, and he utilizes incredibly well. So, with that said, that's a bit of information that you can get on Donatello, the second oldest of the turtles, and definitely the smartest. Donatello, for me, growing up, was my favorite turtle when I was a little kid. It's now Leonardo. I love Leonardo. Around my teenage years, I fell in love with Leonardo. And the funny thing is, I don't know what it was about Donatello that I loved when I was a kid. I mean, bow staff is not my favorite weapon. The sword is. And purple is not my favorite color. I like purple, but red's my favorite color. Which is interesting. So I don't know what it was that attracted me to Donatello. He's my second favorite turtle. Leonardo's my favorite. And it's kind of funny. My order of favorite turtles are usually reversed to everyone else. Everyone loves Mikey and Raffi more, but I like Donnie and Leo more. So yeah, I'm really excited about Donatello. And I did pick up the other turtles. I have them right here. I went to the store to pick up another Leonardo just to keep him packaged, which I did do. And I said, you know what? If I don't get them now, chances are they're going to be gone. Because that's usually what happens. So I picked all four up. Plus, I also did Coinstar, and I deposited a lot of change, so I got like $70. might as well use some of it on turtles. Anyway, so with that said, let's jump into. Well, I'll show you the package first. The package is pretty much the same as Leonardo's, which is great. It has a great color scheme, very 80ish in a way. Purple and green in the background stands out. And then in the back, you see the various different other part of the wave, other figures in the wave, a bio. The only thing I don't like is I don't like that gap in Donatello's teeth. Whatever. A little bit of a bio of Donatello, and that's about it. Same as Leonardo's, only the bio is different. So, with that said, I'm going to pause here, open this bad boy up, and we'll get into the review. We got Donatello out. So let's take a look at this bad boy right here. Now, the one thing I want to point out is although the molds look very similar, all the TMNT figures, at least for the turtles, are different. They have different shells. Maybe the feet and the arms are similar, but the hands are different, and the head is obviously a different mold. The figures all have various different molds, which is good. They all are unique in their own way. Now, Donatello has the lightest skin of the turtles, at least I believe so. Yes, he does. He has the lightest skin, as you can see here. The darkest skin is Raphael and Michelangelo and Leonardo, somewhere in between. Um, and again, he looks very similar to Leonardo, but again, you can see noticeable differences, mainly in the straps right here. The feet straps here are not, they're brown instead of tan. And of course, Donatello is sporting a different sash, which he holds his bow staff. And what I do like is this one isn't quite as flimsy as Leonardo's. Leonardo's was, it felt very loose. I was a little worried about it. But the bow staff can slide right in there, as so, and it looks really good on his back. Articulation, same as Leonardo. He can move his arm all the way around, bend at the elbow, and turn at the wrist. His legs can go out and swivel at the knee and bend at the knee. And his head can move all the way around. So just have to be careful of the bandana. Everyone's bandana is differently, so you just want to be careful the bandana doesn't get hit on the actual bow staff itself. But take one more close up of the figure, then I'll show you his weapon rack. Less battle damage than Leonardo. As you can see, there's less scratches on the shell. Probably because Donatello doesn't fight as much. Wait till you see Raphael's. I'm looking at Raphael's now right over there. Boy, is it beat up. But yeah, the figure looks very nice. These figures are really impressing me. You can even notice the detail in the face. If you look real closely, there's wrinkles in the head, which are, again, nice minor details that make the figure stand out very nicely. Now, again, as a throwback to the old turtle figures, back in the day, I don't know if they did this with like the '04 figures, but back in the day in the '80s, early '90s, the turtles would come with uh, extra accessories, and as you can see here, Donatello does too. And the great thing is his is completely different from Leonardo's, which is nice. You have like a bow staff with a blade on it, more of like a bill or a pole arm of some sort, a three-sectional staff, and two buzz saws. I really don't know what these are. I'm a martial artist. I've been taking karate for well over 15 years. I can't even tell you what those are supposed to be. They look painful. No matter how you grab them, you're going to cut your hand. But then again, maybe turtles have special dexterous fingers for that. Maybe. Anyways, but yeah, that's Donatello. What I am curious about, and I haven't done yet because, again, your impressions or what you see here are my first impressions, so I haven't really played around with him too much. I'm curious on if he can hold the bow staff. Yeah, he can with two hands, which is good. It should be a little bit longer because, to my recollection, the turtles aren't that big. They're maybe 5 foot something, and this bow staff's supposed to be 6 foot, and it's probably 4 foot ish. So, I mean, in retrospect to the actual character itself, not real life. I mean, it's not like you're gonna be buying a bow staff in real life for the turtle figure. Someone was asking me in the last video how much Leonardo costs. All these figures cost around $9, so you can get them for fairly decent price. You get a lot for them, and they're really good figures. I really do like the Donatello. What particularly makes Donatello stand out to me is his face mold. It just looks really good. And I'm glad I got these figures. I really am. I'm looking forward to displaying them right in front of my comics because I'm looking at Leonardo right now. He looks so badass over there, and I can't wait for the rest of the brothers to join him. So I'm going to end this review here. Donatello, so far the second favorite of my turtles that I have bought, and my second favorite turtle. I still love Leonardo most, but that's probably because I'm biased because I do love him the most. He's my favorite turtle. But Donatello is definitely one that I recommend people pick up. So I'm going to end this review here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.